Alright, let's take a look at advanced review problems. Advanced, number 16. Which of the following statements is false? Now I'm going to do letter A with y'all, and potentially letter B, and let's find out what happens. Here we have BA. Y'all will notice, let me switch to a better color here. We notice that BA is in fact a whole. So I'm just going to write a little W right there. And we have BD, which is a part, so I'll write a little P right there. We take a look at BC, and we'll see that BC is also a whole. And we look at BE, we see it's a part. And we look at AC, well guys, AC, that is always going to be a whole, and DE, that will always be a part. So we have a whole and a part. And notice that all of these correspond. That is a true statement. But we're looking for the statement that's false. So our true answer is incorrect in this case. Okay, let's take a look at letter B. Letter B says BA. I see that BA is a whole. And it says AB, which is a whole. We have BC, which is a whole. And we have EB, which is a part. And wait a second. We can stop right there. Guys, whole over whole is not a corresponding ratio to whole over part. This is clearly a false statement. Alright, clearly, or I'll write it right there, clearly a false statement. This, letter B, is your answer. Alright, let's move on. Okay, here's problem 17. Find the length of C prime, B prime. We want to know this one right here. When given quadrilateral ABCD was rotated to create the image of A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. Well, guys, what does rotated mean? It means that our shapes are going to be congruent. There's no dilation, there's no change in size. So we just have to figure out what corresponds to B prime, C prime. And it seems like we can actually kind of think of this as like, oh, these two sides look like they're parallel. Here, these two sides look like they are parallel. So we're just kind of matching things here. It turns out it's going to correspond to BC. So we can just say BC is, in this case, congruent to B prime, C prime, and we can set it up. We'll say 4x plus 22 is equal to 3/5 parentheses 15x minus 9. Now from here, guys, I know y'all struggle with fractions sometimes, so I'm going to do one step for y'all. Okay, 4x plus 22 is equal to, I put both of these numbers over 1, and when I multiply the top times top, 3 times 15 is 45, over 5 times 1 is 5x. 3 times negative 9 is in fact negative 27 over, and 5 times 1 is 5. Now what would I do if I were y'all? I would actually divide these things and see what I got. 45 divided by 5 gives us 9x minus, and 27 divided by 5, my guess is 5.4, but let me use my calculator. 27 divided by 5, yeah, and so it'll be minus 5.4. Now from here, I leave y'all to solve for what x is, and once again, the question was asking for C prime, B prime, so we're saying, you know, if we do 3/5 parentheses 15x minus 9, what in the world is that going to be? Now, I want to give y'all a hint. See how this is an easier expression than this? If you wanted to, you could instead plug your x into there, but only because those are congruent. It's really your call. Which one of these do you want to plug x into? Alright, let's move on. Alright, y'all. Problem 18 will be the last problem that I'm going to go over with y'all. I kind of want to see who can do 19 and 20 on their own. 19 is very hard, 20 is very doable. But let's take a look at 18. It says find the measure of angle DBC when given CAD is 22. So let's go to DBC. We know that DBC is 22. And, oh, I'm sorry. My bad, guys. Here, let me pause this. Okay, starting over. For our advanced problem, it says find the measure of angle DBC. Well, guys, see, DBC is over here. When given, CAD is 22 degrees. So, we know that CAD is 22 degrees. Now, notice, what do these markings mean? Those markings mean that this triangle is, in fact, isosceles. This must be the other base angle, and we'll put 22. Now recall, how in the world are we going to find this vertex angle? Well guys, the truth is, we don't even need to. Why? Because this right here is an exterior angle. Remember the rule, guys. We can add up any two remote interior angles and they will equal to the exterior angle. So what is 22 plus 22? Well, that is 44. So that will be 44 as well. Now from here, notice we're inside another isosceles triangle, where here is the base angle as well. So in this case, now that we have two base angles and we are in fact trying to find the vertex angle of this second isosceles triangle, what are we going to do? Well, I add 44 plus 44, which is of course going to be 88. And to find the remaining angle of any triangle, we'll always do 88 minus, or I'm sorry, 88 subtracted from 180, which in this case would be 92 degrees. And so our vertex angle here, our missing angle DBC, is 92 degrees. All right, y'all. Good luck on problem 19 and 20, and I will see y'all for the test that y'all will be taking on Thursday and Friday.